Hey guys, it's unbox time. Let's open up Deathstorm. Hey guys, welcome back again to Dave's Dimension. Welcome back again for another video. Welcome back to the channel. That is your home for tech, toys, and talk. And well, we're talking some toys today. Now, I grabbed him and a whole bunch of other DC McFarlane figures last summer at Steel City Con. And believe it or not, I've just had a lot going on and I haven't gotten around to opening these bad boys up, but we're going to open them up now. We're going to start off with Deathstorm. Now, Deathstorm, this is part of a Black Lantern storyline, Blackest Nights, from DC Comics, actually several years back. And actually, Deathstorm has even made a recent appearance in last season, the season 8 of The Flash on the CW network. So this is a very awesome looking figure. Just not even out of the box, he looks amazing, as you guys can see right there. This is Death Incarnate. And plus he's part of a Build-A-Figure. So yes, we will be doing a separate video when we're assembling the Build-A-Figure that's featured in here. Now unlike some other brands, Hasbro, Marvel, Legends, they don't require you to buy 5 or 6 figures. You just need 4, which is pretty cool. So that's it. Yeah, it's just 4 figures right there. It shows you the little diagram right there. So we only needed 4, but I did get the full wave here, plus extras, but those will be separate videos, guys. So we're going to get right on into this. So just to give you guys a full view, here we go. What's really great is just the amount of detail and scope that McFarlane and McFarlane Toys and just the whole DC multiverse gives us. Yes, at times it can be a bit congested, a bit oversaturated with Batman, let's be honest. I'm not going to lie. But I'm also a Batman fan, but yes, there is such a thing as having too much of a good thing, guys. I don't have an actual knife, so I'm just using my little blade right here. And we got 1, 2, and 3. Set that off to the side before we cut ourselves. And of course, we get our obligatory Deathstorm card in here. Now, I really wish they would do a little something different. I mean, we get the stand in there, which is awesome. I already know this is going to be a very, very solid figure. But let's cut this open, and we're going to get right to this, guys. What do you say? Okay, guys, we're back. I didn't want to make you sit through the entire process of me unboxing him, because we all know, how McFarlane, let's just go, Marvel has gone to completely no plastic whatsoever. But now that DC, McFarlane still does plastic. Sometimes they do too much plastic. They put plastic over the card to keep it on the card back. That's great. Or the interior card, I should say. And they encase their obligatory DC branded stands, which, I mean, I love that they give us stands, Marvel. I wish you would. But that's neither here nor there. So we finally got this open. We're going to get into the figure in just a moment. But let's go to the synopsis. If you guys want to see if we can get this to focus. I'll insert a nice little still of this so you guys can read it. The result of the deceased firestorm being taken host by the Black Lantern Ring, Deathstorm joined the ranks of the undead Black Lanterns, set on destroying all life as we know it. Through the universe as a key threat in Blackest Night, Deathstorm is part of the siege on Earth to defend the Black Lantern Battery and tasked with fighting the remaining members of the Justice League. Now, Deathstorm is Firestorm. Now, if you're not familiar with Firestorm, he is the combined fusion form of Professor Stein and Ronnie Raymond. And he is very badass looking, guys. I mean, he is tremendous. Let's take a nice little look right there. Look at the sculpt on him. I mean, we can see the striations, the grain in the skull right there itself. So we can get that to focus. There we go. Of course, this is part of his splicer that enables him to merge and to split. But I mean, everything on here, the silver trim, this could be a little bit more silver. I will say that. But this is obligatory for the Black Lanterns. I mean, again, the pauldrons right here, the sculpt on the pauldrons. Now, unlike some McFarlane figures, some of them feel a little tough, a little what's the right word? Too much tension in the joints. But his arms, his shoulder joints are good, but they're not loose. Now, there are no alternate hands. The only accessories we get with this figure is his Black Lantern, which actually is silver. So we do get the lantern right there. So we can have it so that he is holding it. We just got to play with his fingers just a wee bit. Just a wee bit. Now, there we go. Not too much needed for that, but you can have it where he's got his... Let me see if I can get this back in there. There we go. We can even have it so like he's holding it like this. But as far as let's see if we can tilt it around so it's showing the lantern itself. Now, he is very posable. I wish we would have got an extra set of hands, or maybe a nice little Deathstorm energy blast would have been tremendous. That would have been great. I'm gonna put him on the stand. Let's just see how much movability, how much playability, or how much posability does he really have. Now, like with all McFarlane, we do have the toe bend, but it seems like it's a little bit more of a tougher posing for him. If we're gonna have him like in an action pose, he may just be better off doing a regular stand pose. But again, I wish they would have gave us some kind of an energy effect, an extra hand, maybe with an energy effect, because he would, as Firestorm, he would shoot energy. He can shoot energy blasts from his hand, because basically the combination of Ronnie Raymond and Professor Stein, well, they had nuclear powers. That's why they were the Firestorm Matrix. They were Firestorm, so they had fusion powers. And of course, Deathstorm is the polar opposite of that, cold fusion instead of hot fusion. But I mean, all in all, I mean, it's a great sculpt right here, guys. As you guys can see right there, I mean, it's a tremendous sculpt. I think he's an awesome. I mean, the head sculpt alone is just amazing, guys. And of course, if you have some special effects on your computer, there's a whole lot I'm sure you can do with this. But all in all, I mean, he's a pretty good sculpt. It almost looks like I don't know if you guys can see it. Almost looks like a weird skull coming out of his ass crack right there. I don't know. That's weird. Again, like I said, I would have liked a little bit more silver, because in contrast, I think this pops more than this does. From a distance, this almost looks like a flat gray almost. So I guess if you have one of those chrome pens, those chrome markers, you can lightly touch this up and make it pop a little more to go with this lantern. But I love this figure. I really do. There we go. We can arch his knee a little bit further. It's a great figure. I mean, this is a great wave. In comparison, we're going to compare him to yet another zombie, or should we say undead character from the DC multiverse. Now, he is not part of the Black Lanterns, but we have Dark Flash. Now, I want to compare Dark Flash's sculpt. This is another example how McFarlane is killing it when it comes to the sculpts. And when I unbox all the Black Lanterns, I will be having Dark Flash featured with them, because I think right here, the gold lining right here on Dark Flash goes perfect and complements perfectly with Deathstorm. I mean, these two are not forces you want to trifle with. Okay, and I can't wait to unbox. Of course, we have Batman. We have, the Red Lantern Batman, I should say. We also have Dead Superman. We have a few others that we have to unbox, including Kyle Rayner. But I mean, just on sculpt alone, this guy is amazing. Again, there is a little bit of a two-tone here. I think I would like to, if I can, maybe lighten this up, because I think this really should pop more. From a distance, you really don't notice it. But once you're up close, oh, now you can notice it. I really think this should pop a little bit more. Not tremendously, not like full-blown silver, but maybe a tone higher so that it is noticeable from a distance. What do you guys think? What do you think about Deathstorm? Is he a hit and a miss? Is he a home run? A scale of 1 to 10, what do you guys think? I definitely think he is, I'm going to say he's an 8.5 to a 9. Reason why I say that is the lack of accessories. I mean, for a prolific character, in my eyes, Firestorm is a prolific character. He's definitely one of the most powerful characters around. I mean, when push comes to shove, the nuclear power he can unleash, just the pure, I mean, the magnitude of destruction that Deathstorm and Firestorm were capable of, even transmutation, changing things from one thing to another. I mean, his powers were boundless. I really think they should have done at least some kind of a hand effect. I mean, we got that with Hal Jordan's Parallax figure. We had multiple items. You know, we had glowing hands. We had glowing energy fists. What would you call it? An orb or flame that would burst that you could put over his hands. They gave us a ton of stuff in that, but they didn't with this. So that's why I'm marking him down. Just on sculpt alone, he's a tremendous figure. I mean, you may even want to keep him in box potentially. But I just love this ghost flame effect that they have here, this death flame. And it really does him justice. I mean, he looks tremendous. I definitely think he is a major, major go if you're a DC collector. And if you're a Lantern fan, you definitely have to get the Black Lantern. So there we go. I really like this. And he is a very stable character. It's just that some of the posability, like a lot of times I like to kind of pose with a leg stretched out. It's almost like if I did this, I would have to move this stand over to here. Or I may just have to go with a completely different style stand for that kind of posing, you know? And again, I really wish we had, another thing is, he does have a ring. It's just that the ring is hardly noticeable. You guys can kind of see a nudge of it right there. Right there, it's not noticeable. Yet the Silver Lantern is noticeable. So if this is something where, if you have a fine enough tip brush, you could just hit that just lightly and make it so that the ring pops out. The ring should be popping out, guys, but it doesn't. And that's the one thing I've noticed on a few of the McFarlane Lantern figures, not just the Black Lantern wave, but even on some Green Lanterns, the rings are not always noticeable. And that's always been a little bit of contention with me. It's just something that is slightly annoying. Again, I'm trying to see if we can get this position just right. And no, it's just not. So either I would have to use two stands, or I could use one of my flight stands and just slightly modify it so that it holds him in that standing pose. We can do something like that. I mean, it's not a big issue. He's not very balanced on his own, as you guys can see. He definitely needs something of a better statue. Now, as far as his head doesn't really move. So we can't have him looking up. There's not a whole lot of... We get some movement. The head is very stiff, but we don't get any up or down. Well, we can look down a little bit like he's looking at his victims. But that's about it. There's not a lot of movement on here. So that just supports my 8.5 that I have to rule on him. But all in all, he is a very cool, very solid figure. I mean, you're going to have him sitting on a shelf somewhere or in a case as display. This is not something you're going to get, you're not going to be doing a lot of play with. I mean, we're collectors after all. I mean, it's a really good figure. I just think they missed it by not giving us any kind of effects here. They gave us the Lantern, and the Lantern, in my opinion, is not an effect. It is required for him. But there we are, guys. So what do you guys think of Deathstorm? Let me know in the comment section below, guys, what you thought of Deathstorm. I mean, he's definitely an awesome figure. I love him. The only figures I think have ever rivaled his detail is, of course, well, Dark Flash, and also Marvel Legends Zombie Cap from last year, well, from the year before. Zombie Cap was the one that kind of like just killed it, knocked it out of the doors. With these, I mean, they are a dead version of Heroes, but we also don't get any kind of decomposure. No decomposing of any kind, no torn flesh, no revealing bone, except for the skull right here. And I get it because the Green Lanterns, the Green Power Ring, or the Black Lantern Power Rings give them the power, gives them their suits, and I get that. I mean, he is an amazing, amazing figure. You guys, if you guys get the chance, you see him on the shelves, grab him. He's definitely something that I think you want for your collection. Even if you're not collecting the whole wave, I think him alone is an amazing sculpt. It is the thing of nightmares. I love this. So, guys, let me know your thoughts on this. Let me know what you thought of this figure. Also, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, let me know in the comment section below. Put me in my place, guys. Let me know what's going on. And guys, as always, you can always reach me at my socials right there at the bottom of the screen. Daves_Dimension is both my Instagram and my PSN tag for PlayStation. And also, if you guys if you feel the urge to maybe support the channel, we have our Cash App right down there below, $DavesDimension. And of course, you guys can always reach me directly at Instagram or on my email, which is davesdimension78@gmail.com. We have more McFarlane, more Marvel. You guys see, I have several shelves, stuff still unboxed. All that's going to be unboxed. We have several Build-A-Figures we have yet to do. We got our HasLab Proton Pack sitting in the background right now. It's proton charging. So we got a lot coming through the pipeline. And guys, I want to thank everyone who's been supporting the channel. We are growing. Literally, I can't believe I'm saying this. We're on the road to 1,000. And that's all thanks to you guys. So, guys, you know what I'm going to say. I say it every single time. Keep on busting. And I'm always going to catch you on the flip side. Take care.